my top, Tampa Bay, let's roll, it's game day, Rays on the diamond, bolts in the sky, Bucs on the goal line, Bulls ride or die, from the tailgate talk to the bright field glow, you know where to go. It's the JP Peterson Show. Hey!
Oh, yeah. And boy, do we got a show for you today. Oh. Man, oh, man. Timmy, when they told me Baker Mayfield was coming to the podium today, I said, oh, this will be interesting. It'll be interesting where he says his contract is. He probably won't say much. Wow.
We got a new line to add to the theme song, JP. Baker headed out of town.
Yeah, that's for damn sure. Holy shizbang. Welcome into the JP Peterson Show on this Thursday that we will not soon forget as Baker Mayfield eviscerates the Buccaneers organization with a smile on his face.
Could have been nicer about it.
Could not have been nicer about it. The words that were coming out of his mouth did not necessarily match his demeanor, which made it that much more effective. It was jaw-dropping. It was absolutely jaw-dropping. The entire thing witnessed. And I know you guys just want us to get to it, and I'm going to try to get to it as soon as possible here, but I got to kind of set the stage, Timmy. By the way, setting up the show, Steven Garcia is going to join us. Steven played quarterback at USC for Steven Spurrier, South Carolina, way back when. I was also a superstar here locally for Jefferson High School. Took them to the state championship game, if I'm not mistaken, or very close. Unfortunately, he has come down with stage 4 colon cancer. His prognosis is good, and he's going to have a fundraiser coming up. So we're going to talk about his fundraiser and also what you guys can do to get your colorectal scale test done and avoid what he's going through.
It's all about awareness.
Yep. So we'll do that as well today. But obviously the big story is Baker Mayfield. We'll get to the Rays as well. Some fallout from our interview with Bill Carlson that we had. So we'll talk all about that. Whatever you guys want to talk about, bring it in the comments as well. So I kind of want to set this up. You guys know what's going on with Baker's contract. You know what's going on with Vita's contract. Vita, by the way, didn't even show up outside today. He just stayed inside with Tristan Wirfs, and so they weren't even out. But and I'll get to the highlights of the practice today, which are now secondary. By the way, Baker had a really good day. Mecca Buka had a good day. Tess Johnson had a great day, catching a couple of deep balls and hitting the big backflip for the fans, going nuts. Bucky showed some burst. Ruben Bay Jr. was all over the freaking field. That guy, man, he is going to be a game wrecker. Yaya had a nice day. It was just an interesting day out there, but we'll get to that a little bit later because this is the story. So Baker walks up, and you're going to see this guy. I got video. Walks up, and it was a big day for fans. And he spent about a half hour signing autographs before he came to us. So he's coming over, and one little kid walks up, signs the autograph. Like, this is quintessential who Baker has been. And he has done everything and more that the Buccaneers have asked him to do in the community in terms of his charity work. In fact, they don't even have to ask him. People just come to him, and he and his wife Emily have just been so gracious with their time and their philanthropy. It's been absolutely amazing. He's the heart and soul of your football team. I mean, without Baker Mayfield, they don't win any of these division titles. Get out of here with that. He's played on an under market contract. The Bucs have not paid a full market quarterback contract ever, as far as I know. And they're faced with the situation that they have to now pay the piper, and they are basically refusing to do so and insulting Baker in the process. Now, before you hear this, I'm just going to take about 2 minutes to say what I need to say. This is a horrific PR situation for the Buccaneers, especially with what's happened with Mike Evans and what happened with what's happening with Vita Vea, and what happened in free agency when the Bucs went cheap. This is going to be a fallout from the fans and a PR disaster because of the way Baker said it and what he talked about. It is a code red over there. I don't know if they expected him to do this, but I can only imagine what's going on over there at One Buck Place. The Glazers and Jason Light have been put, kind of in the crosshairs here. And Baker lays it out. All that he's done on the field, all that he's done away from the field. You could not ask for a better quarterback in this situation. He's as good a fit as you can find in this league for Tampa Bay. And they're basically just saying, whatever, not interested, not insulting him with, according to Baker, with offers. And this is, you have never really had a franchise quarterback. You haven't. Tom Brady was a gift for a few years, but having a franchise quarterback, a guy who wants to be here, wants to live here, wants to be a huge part of this community, and you're basically just spitting in his face. Listen, I think the Glazers have done a hell of a job here in the past 10 to 15 years. So a little bit of a rough start. We know that. There were some dark days, a lost decade, but they have done a tremendous job of getting that Super Bowl and Brady and everything that fell into place and writing a blank check for the Brady years with coaches, players, whatever they wanted. Fantastic job. But what they've done in the past 12 months has been really, really bad, in my opinion. The only good news was the Ruben Bain falling to you. And now the way they're handling this Baker situation is an absolute disaster. And the Vita Vea situation, two of the fan favorites. And you're just cheap. It's not like these guys aren't producing. Sure, is it a little bit of a risk to pay these guys? It's a risk to pay anybody in the NFL. But if you got guys that are performing and want to be here and are the core to your team, you're ripping. I asked Baker this, and you'll hear it. Is this going to reverberate throughout the locker room? And he kind of laughed and said, no, it makes us stronger together. It's almost like he said, it's us against them mentality. The players against the organization. It's bizarre. It's bizarre. And I think this is a horrible misstep by the Buccaneers. And they better write it, because here's the deal. We say here they've got the franchise tag, and that's true. And Baker even mentioned it. He goes, yeah, but with dead money, it's going to be an $80 million cap hit, which basically takes the franchise tag out of play. And what does that mean? And I asked Baker this as well. I said, if the Bucs come to you with your number, will you sign? And he's like, I'm not talking to him. My agent, I don't know. I told him not to, take the call. So Baker can just play out the year. And if he has a hell of a year, and I think he's going to have a hell of a year, he's going to just say, see you guys later. I'm a free agent. And we're going to go what? Go draft who? And develop them like we've done so many times before? Like never? Disaster.
Is this any different than the way they handled Mike?
Yeah, I think it is. I think it's a different situation.
Well, I know the situation is different, and Baker's in the prime of his career than Mike.
They offered Mike more money than he got.
I know.
So no, I don't think this was an issue where Mike, which is almost worse. Like they even offered Mike. I don't know, it was obviously his price because he took less.
Yeah,
he would have played for it, so it wasn't even about money, and he still left your franchise. This is brutal. Joel, Brian, all of the Glazers, you guys have made a terrible mistake, and you better rectify it as soon as you possibly can, but I think the price just went up. All right, Let's get to it. This is Baker stepping to the podium while he signs an autograph with a youngster. I hope we catch it at the beginning here. There it is. Yeah, there's the assembled media. Everybody's waiting.
Sweetheart.
He's just so measured.
How you doing?
Yeah.
Great.
No big deal.
Not a whole lot going on, guys. What are you doing?
Organization. Listen to this.
You guys, you set the deadline, and you're done talking, apparently. Just how disappointed are you couldn't bring that to fruition based on what you've done the last 3 years, and what are your feelings about it?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I've told you guys I've been pretty upfront and honest about my feelings about Tampa. It being home for now our family. We're raising kids here. We love it here. I wanted the deal done and set the deadline and told them it was going to be all ball after that. And I did mean that. And I don't know if they thought I was just going to take some of the offers that they gave, but I'm at the point of my career and understanding what I've brought to this franchise. One, I'm very, very thankful for the chance they gave me. Do not get me wrong on that. But I've also I really know what I've brought to this franchise leadership wise, and even play wise. It's been some of the best years of my career, and I think it's only going to trend upwards. Just being comfortable and feeling that. So disappointing in that regard to not have, to feel disrespected a little bit. And that's really the disappointing part, to feel undervalued after, thinking you've earned it. This is not a poor me thing. There's a lot of other people that have it way worse off, but I can sit here and look at other quarterbacks and peers and evaluate myself based on that and put myself in certain categories that I deserve to be compensated for that. And I think I'm a franchise quarterback. I've been told I'm a franchise quarterback. It's been said publicly from ownership down here. And so to not have a deal done is very disappointing. But I said the deadline was a deadline, and I addressed the team to let them know I meant that. It's all ball. I'm with these guys. I think all the guys that have been here know exactly who I am. The guys that are new here, I wanted to address that because they might have had a notion prior to coming here about who I am as a person. But it's all team. It's all about winning here now and what we're going to do. And hopefully Vita gets his back fixed and gets his deal done. I mean, he's the second longest tenured Buck behind CG, and Vita deserves that. He's the anchor of our defense, and so I hope they take care of him. It's disappointing to say the least, but it's all ball here, and I know I'm going to have a good year. I know this team, the things that we went through last year, put us in a good spot for this year. Depth-wise, a lot of guys been thrown to the fire to be able to grow and learn fast. And it didn't go the way we wanted, but it's a new season, and it's going to help us in the long run this year. Added some new pieces, and so I'm excited about it. It's all ball from here. After today, I'll answer a few more questions about the contract, but after today, I'm not answering anymore because I'm not negotiating anymore.
You're never out of shoulder chips, but in some way, Baker Mayfield's always bet on himself.
Yeah.
To do it again.
That's where that one shut off.
Oh, okay. All right, let's just come back at real quick here on this. I mean, wow. I thought he laid that out as an opening statement, Timmy, like a seasoned attorney arguing in front of the Supreme Court. And he had all the notes. He's earned it on the field. He's earned it off the field. In terms of leadership, he's the leader on this team. Vita's the leader on your defense. I mean, I understand going cheap in certain places.
Yeah.
You can fill in other places. Your job as a general manager is to go find talent to fill in these other places. Key players, you pay. You can say shit about Jerry Jones that he sometimes overexpends for his stars, but he takes care of them. And you look around the league, nobody's doing this. Nobody's doing this, what the Bucs are doing. And everywhere you look, it just looks like it's about money. Reports that they didn't want to fire Todd Bowles because of money, of a $12 to $15 million buyout.
Still insane to me.
Reports, Mike leaves, and that wasn't even about money, but maybe it was. And then these two key players, you go into free agency, and you get guys that were second or third tier. No disrespect to Mr. Anzalone or Muhammad, but those weren't top tier guys. They went cheap. Bain falls to you in the draft. It's a stroke of luck. But now your quarterback, your franchise quarterback, and the best defensive player you have, arguably top 2-3 defensive tackle in the game, you win at the line of scrimmage, and this is what you're doing? Not to mention the way they played the Rays thing, which to me was not cool. Coming in late, asking for big money, that was so. Listen, I've said this at the top. I tremendous respect for the Glazers and Brian and Joel and all of them, and I've known them for a long time, and I like them. I think they're good people, and I think they've done an incredible job in this community. And if I was advising them, I would say, guys, what are you doing? What are you doing? This is crazy. I know you're having a hard time selling tickets as it is. We all know that. But we're going to gauge fan reaction here in just a little bit, Timmy. I haven't been looking at the comments, but my guess is
it's very pro Baker.
Yeah, people are going to lose their shit. And as we keep playing these I think you'll see he just continues to make great point after great point. Let me get to the next one. Are these in order, by the way? I don't think it really matters, but here we go.
They're in the order of how you sent them to me.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I mean, it's like I told you guys, it's all ball, and I don't want to talk about it. And if you've waited this long to take care of your franchise quarterback, that's too bad because it's only going to get worse from here. I'm going to have a really good year.
Live things for yourself. You have to come out.
That was great right there. Play that one again. That was freaking amazing.
Yeah, I mean, it's like I told you guys, it's all ball, and I don't want to talk about it. And if you've waited this long to take care of your franchise quarterback, that's too bad because it's only going to get worse from here. I'm going to have a really good year.
Live things for yourself.
I'm telling you, man. Jeremy Fowler was there today from ESPN, and I know he put out something earlier that Baker's done, so he's talked to Baker's team, and I'll be interested to see what the league reaction to this is because I'm telling you, there's got to be teams around the league like, dude, you got your franchise quarterback. That dude's balling for you.
Jets, the Cardinals.
And you know how many teams like have a franchise quarterback, but to get them to go, they get that dude to go to a charity event or do something is like pulling teeth. Like there's a lot of them. Okay. Let me tell you, around the league, there's a lot of them because they're big stars, man. It's crazy. Baker goes wherever. He's everywhere. He's like, you could not dream of having a better dude to be your team leader on the field or off the field. And you're just like, no biggie.
He's chugging beers at the Lightning game.
If he sticks around, whatever. Man, what are you guys doing? You know, this is a business. You know, you have to convince people to pay big, big effing money to come. If I was a suite holder and I've already ponied up all the money and then they're doing this, I would be pissed. I would be really pissed. I've already put up 150, 200,000, $1 million after all the food and drinks for the year, and you guys can't even pay your franchise quarterback or your best defensive player? Again, we don't know what they're asking for, but knowing Baker Mayfield and knowing Vita Vea, they're not asking for top dollar. They're not. They just want what they're worth.
Fair market value.
Fair market value. And listen, you get paid how much money in television guarantees every year? It's about equal to your salary cap, $300-400 million from the league right off the top before you sell a ticket. And you can't pay these guys? This is I'm going to have a hell of a year. That's right. You are. Next.
You'll be a Buccaneer.
I mean, obviously, yes. But I've been on the other side of the nasty business that is the NFL. And so, I have hope, but expecting and hoping is two different things. And so, I hope so. But all I can control is how I play this year and how the team does this year. And for me, that's wins. Good things happen when the team wins, and the rest should take care of itself. But yeah, I've sat here and watched these guys go through it, even Tristan. And so talk about the best tackle in the league, only person in NFL history that's been an all-pro at right and left, had to have a hold in training camp to get it done. So disappointing. You hope they take care of their guys. And but like I said, it's going to be a good year.
Like, man, he brought up Tristan Wirfs. So what does that tell you? It's like, yeah, Tristan even was like, what are these guys doing all last year? He's probably the point is they're the players, and I asked Baker this, and hopefully we'll hear this answer. The players and the organization right now are very much at a crossroads. If not, I mean, the entire conversation in that locker room must be like, these guys don't give a rat's ass about us. You know, and I never made much of those surveys about, child care at the games,
players association
dining
stuff.
and facilities. I've been around those facilities, man. They're top notch. Like, don't complain about those, but maybe, they know more than we do. This is not a good look for the Glazers, man. I've known Brian and Joel for a long time, and I would tell them to their face, like, guys, what are you doing? If you're watching this show, guys, I don't know what you're thinking. I don't know what your strategy is. If you're getting ready to sell the team, tell somebody, because the next guy that is going to buy it will want a franchise quarterback in Vita Vea playing. Maybe they can loan you the money. I don't know. But I don't know what you're doing. In my 30 years of covering your team, I would highly advise you to get this deal done in the next week. whatever he wants, because from a PR standpoint, you're going to pay for this.
It doesn't sound like he will.
And I don't like, and I don't like saying, this as my opinion, but you've left me no choice. I mean, I can't come on here and tell everybody, oh yeah, let's see what Baker, we had the franchise tag. Let's see, he's been hurt. Those takes, man, I'm sorry.
Those are
You want to nitpick about Baker? You can nitpick all you want, but you go find me a better guy. And where are you going to get him? Who are you going to replace him with? Who are you going to go get? Cooper Rush? Oh, he just got taken. Who you got? Are you going to get somebody in the draft? Really? Who are you going to get? Who are you going to get? And you're going to develop him? Even how long is that going to take? Really, really bad idea. You got a guy like this in your camp. He loves this city. And I loved how that's the first thing he said about, we love Tampa. We want to be here. We're going to be here. We're going to raise a family here, blah, blah, blah. Oh man. All right. More Baker.
And going back to the first question when I opened up, Tampa has felt like home from the beginning. The community's embraced Emily and I. It's felt like home. And that's probably the worst part about it is we do want to spend the rest of my career here, however long, God willing, that is.
Yeah.
But it's always been home. We'll come back here. I found a great routine, great gym to train. The people that are here, it's an awesome community. We love this city. We love giving back to it, helping it become a great place to raise kids and families, and just support each other. That's what good communities do. And so, when it comes to kiddos, it's the best.
Speaking of family,
Wow.
I mean,
what more do you want?
what more do you want? Organizations beg for dudes like this who are the third string tight end. Get a guy like this in the community. He's your freaking franchise quarterback. He's a Chamber of Commerce. The St. Pete and Tampa Visitors Bureau calling the Glazers like, what are you doing? This guy's the best representative ever. You're killing us, dude. The churches are calling. Hey, come on. You know how much money he gives us? And we're like, let's see what he can do.
Rick wants to know if Stu moved into $1 place.
You nailed it, brother. It feels very Stu-esque. It really does. Maybe Stu's buying the Bucs.
And look, I've never met Baker. I don't know him from Adam. I've loved Baker his entire career, going back to Texas Tech. I've always admired his game and his attitude and his moxie and whatever. He sounds like a dude of his word.
Yes.
Okay, from what I can tell. And so I'm telling you, there is nothing getting done until next season when he will restart negotiations until the offseason. And it might be too late by then. This entire season.
It might be too late already.
Right.
He's pissed off.
This entire season is going to be flooded with Baker contract talk.
Yeah.
Every win, every loss, doesn't matter.
Yep.
Every great performance.
Now, he's not talking about it.
No, not him.
Doesn't mean we're not talking about it.
Right.
Doesn't mean the questions aren't going to be asked, because, I can see this happening. Come out, throw 4 touchdowns in the opener, and then somebody be like, man, it sucks you're not under contract. He'd be like,
yep.
Price
I
just
agree.
went up. Price just went up. Yesterday's price is not today's price.
Good
so
Lord,
stupid.
man.
Do you know how hard it is to find a quarterback in this league? Buccaneer fans, you know better than anybody.
Yeah.
You know better than anybody.
Go ask a Jets fan or a Cardinals fan.
He ain't perfect. I get it. But he's damn good. And he loves Tampa. He wants to be a Buc. There were times where that would never even be said. The Glazers have built up so much goodwill in the past 10, 15 years. And it's shocking how fast you can piss it all away. But you're doing it. You're doing it. You guys, you're there. Hopefully there's time. Hopefully there's time to save this. But listening to Baker today, the die has been cast. Snake eyes.
And going back to
Or Baker.
the first question when I opened up, like Tampa has felt like
Yeah,
home.
no,
Same
sorry,
one, I
that
think
was
he
it.
just played. Yeah.
Sorry.
I think if I hadn't gone through a couple of different situations early on in my career, I'd probably be in a different headspace. It also helps being a little bit more mature now and having different priorities in life. But yeah, I'm at peace.
It's a piece.
I think what I've done here is my resume, and I think it spoke for itself. And so if that's not recognized, that's okay. I'm just going to go continue to add to it.
Internally, is this, I know you talk about the deadline, but internally, is this something that throughout the year maybe you believe this motivation to push through?
No, money should never be the motivation in football. It's how do I help this team win? It's never going to be the motivation for me. When it comes to having a chip on your shoulder and all that, for me, it just puts me in the mindset of betting on myself, and that's something I'm pretty familiar with. Yeah. And it's a good place to be as a high competitive guy. Sometimes you have to put yourself backed into a corner and fight your way out, but I have a lot of guys and a lot of staff around me that are with me. And so I'm not alone in it. We're fighting for the same goal, and that's to be playing in February.
If they were come to meet your number in the next 2 weeks, would you like to sign that contract, or are you in a space now?
I mean,
I'm going to play my year and head free.
They're not talking to me. I know that. If my agent answers it, he's not going to bother me with it unless it's actually recognized for my value.
Oh,
There you go.
there's
Yeah,
an
that
open
was-
window for you. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So I exactly. And that's why I asked the question. That's why I asked the question, because I wanted to know if there was, is his mindset, listen, you've already fucked me over. So I'm going to play and you can't use the franchise tag. So I'm just going to go. And now it's I'm going to have a great year and he can go. He'll be a free agent. And with $80 million in the franchise tag, you can't use it really. Unless you want to pay him $80 million for 1 year. Stupid. But I think that at least leaves a window open. But, also, it's like, when you get in a fight with your spouse and some things are said, you just can't take back, and they're said in anger. But some things are you just can't take back. They're said and they hurt. And I think he's hurt. I think he's really hurt. And I would be too. At some point, and I was going to ask him this question and phrase it this way, but somebody else kind of asked the same question. So I didn't ask it since it was redundant, as you just heard a reporter ask a question there that was redundant.
Yeah.
I was going to phrase it like, hey, you came here and played on a proven contract. You proved it. You got some money, but still below market value. You do every charity event. The ones you're not even asked to do, you do. You've said glowing things about this area in Tampa, how much you love it here. You've said incredible things about the organization. You've balled out. You've given your heart and soul. You play with, so many injuries. Is there ever a sense of like, what the fuck do I have to do to get a contract? And I was going to ask it like that. Like, what the fuck do I have to do to get a contract of my worth? Because that's how I would feel. And I think that's what he basically said. I think that's what he said. What the fuck do I have to do around here? Okay, fine. I'm just going to go play my ass off and you can pay me double. Just think about this, Timmy. If they do have a good year and let's just say that somehow, Todd gets better at managing games, because this offense is going to be really good.
Yeah.
If they stay healthy, this is going to be back to Liam Cohen, fifth best running game in the league, 30 points a game, kicking ass. Baker, and if Baker repeats the numbers or even comes close to what he did with Liam, which was, by the way, I think only 3 quarterbacks had done it, over 4,000 yards or 4,500 yards, 41 touchdowns, 71% completion, like 3 players in the history of the freaking game. He could come close to having another one of those years. What's the price then? You're trying to save money, Buccaneers? What's the price then? 70 million? 80 million? Somebody will pay it.
Yeah.
And he'll be a free agent. You're going to be competing with everybody else. This is moronic. This is so dumb. Let's hear more from Baker.
Presented.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest with you, I didn't watch the full series. They sent all the clips of us in it just so I could give the final okay. apologies to the families with little kiddos because the language on there is actually not very suited for them. It's might be a little angry elf on the field every once in a while. So that's probably the part that I do regret a little bit, but that's the fire on the field, unfortunately, that comes out on TV. But yeah, I wanted to portray that I'm all ball. You can say what you want in the media. You can say I'm cocky and whatever, but it's all ball. I love my teammates. I love this game, and I love playing it.
Fire.
To be presented.
I mean, just everything.
Yeah,
he's saying,
to be honest with you, I didn't.
everything he's saying is so spot on. I mean, I mean, if you're as a fan, a Buccaneer fan, anybody, you're just like, I love this guy. I love this guy.
Business side of it. It's two separate things. You know, we all come out here and we're playing the game of football for a job. And so we do have to take a step back and realize that. But there is a business aspect of it. So you separate that when you come out here. Like I said, if you win, you play well, good things happen. So that's what I'm focused on. So that's how you compartmentalize it. That's in the past now. That's behind me. And right now, all I can do is focus on this year.
Last year, you saw Mike walk out the door for less money go across the nation. You just mentioned Peter's situation, your situation. Are you concerned that the way this organization is handling their franchise players, that's going to reverberate through your locker room?
Not at all. I think that's an easy scapegoat for the outside media to look at. But to be honest with you, inside the locker room, all that does is bring us closer together. It's the downstairs aspect of our building is really, really special. And our guys know that, and they cherish that. And so it's only bringing our guys together. That might be a negotiating tactic on their part. But this is, like I said, when I got here in 2023, it's a really close-knit locker room. And that's the leadership that was here prior to me getting here. And just the way they carry each other, carry themselves, lead by example. And when it comes to things like this, it's separate from the football thing. It's you take care of each other, you play on the field, good things happen, you take care of each other and go from there.
So that's the question I asked. It was like, is this going to reverberate throughout the locker room? And he said no, but then he said yes. It's reverberating, but it's creating an us against them mentality, which is kind of weird because every game you win, you put money in their pockets, right? Every game you win. But here's the thing. You can't go out there and play like shit because then you're cutting off your nose to spite your face. So you have to be a big boy and go, okay, you want to do this? This is the way you want to play. Then it's about me. I'm going to go ball out and then I'm leaving. And you had your chance. It's like, the hot girl is like, you don't want to put a ring on this finger? Really? Okay. I'm just going to work this runway a little bit here. I'll have plenty of suitors when we're done. I'm a bad motherfucker. And I know my worth. And if you don't want to put a ring on his finger, I'll find somebody who will. Peace out.
I don't understand, man.
And when you're the guy that's getting the peace out, it hurts. It hurts because you just effed up. And you did. You waited too long. And you effed up. Man. All right, more Baker. This is fun.
Fire. Was that
I don't think it's fun for the Bucs.
Talking back and forth a little bit out there. I mean, he had some battles with Favre.
He just needs to figure out
the
Miami green on the Bucs red is a horrible look. It's July. It's not Christmas time. He needs to figure that out.
He's trying to declare his loyalties, right? Maybe show Bain some love, and at the same time,
he hadn't been here since Bain and Scott showed up.
Oh, shots fired at Warren. They kept going last one. The PR people were like, last one. Let's get him out of here before this bonfire gets any bigger.
Goes off the rails.
I'm going to play them all. There we go.
That was one you just played.
All right. So
yeah. Really easy.
Can you focus with
when you're not presented with an offer that's appealing whatsoever? Yeah, it's easy. It's easy to turn the page, but also it's just that time of the year where you're itching to get back on the field. You're itching to see how this team comes together, how the offense comes together in a new system with a new coach, and it's just the exciting time of year that on paper, we got a lot of potential, but it's just potential. And so we know we have to put that all together. So yeah, it's easy to put that in the past when you're coming together with a great group like this.
Not appealing whatsoever is what he said. Damn, how lowball was this offer?
Sounds embarrassing.
It sounds like the first one was so low, they didn't even counter. And even at this point, it's not appealing whatsoever. Like, how low did we go? Holy shiz.
I mean, there's such a thing as, opening negotiations with a low offer, but
Right,
there's also such a thing as just absolutely embarrassing yourself with an offer,
Which apparently that's what they did.
Yeah, yeah.
Because I don't think Baker would lie about this.
No, what?
By the way, Bucks, I don't know if you know this, but agents talk. And by the end of the day, we're going to find out what your offer was, and you're going to be even more embarrassed. Cool. What are you doing? All right, last one.
Offensive line's healthy now and everything. What's it like to get out there with them and your thoughts?
Talking about the offensive line.
Yeah. I mean, it's a top 3 unit in the league. Unfortunately, last year they didn't play one snap together, which stinks for me. But for us as a group, for our young guys, it gave them a lot of experience and depth. Like I said, they were thrown into the fire. But when all 5 of those guys are out there rolling, and some of those guys got that experience last year, it's a very freeing feeling to have those guys out there. They're savages up front. They're really good. Their chemistry is unbelievable. They know what we're trying to get done. And when they're on the same page, our offense is just clicking. So it starts with those guys and goes from there. Yep.
Thank you.
All right. That's all. That is all. So, all right, we're going to take a break, and we'll come back on the other side. I want to get to your comments on Baker's situation. We'll get to the Rays and all that stuff as well. So we got lots to get to. Thank you guys for jumping in here. Man, this is going to be very interesting to see how this reverberates throughout the league. I bet there's probably people calling Jason Light said, hey, you want to trade Baker and Vita Vea? We'll put a package together. We'll take both of them. Good God. Hey, we're brought to you by the great folks at Pitch Roofing. Pitch Roofing, great folks over there. They are they get 5 stars from all of their clients. They're going to educate you as to how this deal works. You just call them, you get the free estimate. They'll come out to your house, or they'll do it remotely as well. They can do satellite images of your roof, but I suggest you just have them come on out. They're great folks. They can look at your roof, inspect it, tell you how much life you got left on it, get a very accurate number. And then they'll kind of educate you on how it works and how not to get ripped off by people coming to knock on your door telling you insurance is going to pay for everything. Doesn't work that way. And get on their preferred client list. So if something happens and there's tons of blue tarps around and everybody's waiting for a roofer, you'll be on the preferred client list. That's important too. PitchRoofing.com. Back in 3. Pitch Roofing believes giving back is part of doing business the right way. That's why they proudly offer exclusive discounts to those who gave the most to our communities, including veterans, first responders, seniors, and teachers. And for listeners of the JP Peterson Show, there's even more good news. Pitch Roofing is now offering a special discount just for fans of the show. With so many roofing companies coming and going in Florida, it's important to choose a contractor you can count on long after the job is done, especially when it comes to honoring your warranty. Pitch Roofing is built for the long haul with a reputation for quality, transparency, and standing behind their work. Whether it's a repair or a full replacement, their team delivers honest guidance, quality workmanship, and no high-pressure sales. Call 727-67-PITCH, 727-677-4824, or visit pitchroofing.com to schedule a free estimate.
Pitch Roofing, roofing done right.
Big thanks to Italiano Insurance, the great folks over there. They will soon be part of Gallagher Insurance. A little name change, but same great folks, same great customer service you've known for over 65 years. They do all the work. You save all the money. ItalianoInsurance.com at 813-877-7799. Hey, guys, you already know that Riveters is the best sports bar in all of Tampa Bay, but now it gets even better for Rays baseball season. During all Rays games, check this out, $6 Tito's, $6 Jack, $6 margaritas, all during Rays games. Are you kidding me? And that's always a great pour from the great bartenders at Riveters. Great service, great food, everything is fresh, nothing is frozen. And let me tell you, if you want baseball and wings, you will not find any better than Riveters. Their sauces, like the blue cheese and the ranch and everything, is handmade, and the wings are big and they're perfect. Wings, baseball, Rays, Riveters. It all comes together during baseball season. Once again, in addition to all the great food and service, you get $6 Tito's, $6 Jacks, $6 margaritas. It's time to celebrate. Baseball season is back, and celebrate at Riveters. You know where it is, right there on Dale Mabry, just north of 275, just south of the stadium. See you there at Riveters. Hey, the Golden Diamond Source wants to be your family jeweler, so don't wait any longer to find that one-of-a-kind perfect engagement ring for that special someone in your life. At the Golden Diamond Source, they can design anything you want personally. The Golden Diamond Source can help you trade in your old broken jewelry and use it towards a new purchase as well. And with gold prices at record high, now is the best time to do it. They only sell natural diamonds at the Golden Diamond Source, so if it's a real love, it should be a real natural diamond. Don't start your relationship with a fake diamond. Bad idea. And with the Golden Diamond Source first-time buyer program, you can learn all about the 4 C's in all the different shapes and styles. And they are able to show you a huge selection of inventory to choose from. And don't forget, 0% financing for up to 5 years. If you finance $5,000, it's only $83 a month. Make sure it's a Golden Diamond Source diamond, 3800 Almerton Road, always online at goldendiamond.com.
It's a love you give only at Golden Diamond Source.
Hey, JP here for Genesis of Tampa and the Murphy Auto Group. I think the best way to experience a business is to use that business. And I just did at Genesis of Tampa. Just bought a GV70, a 2023, and it feels and drives all new. It's an absolutely fantastic car. The technology, the comfort, and the price, absolutely outstanding. Frankly, I never thought I could get into a car like this, but they made me a deal I could not refuse. And I also get the VIP service where you can just drive right up, their pit stop service. They'll top off all the fluids, make sure your air in your tires is good, new wipers if you want them. If you need extended service, they will come to you, bring you a courtesy car, and then bring your car back. What more do you want? The experience was just VIP all the way. And you can get that at Genesis of Tampa. And don't forget, you can get extended warranty, which I did. So I have worry-free miles up to 100,000, and all they do is just take it in. Actually, I don't have to take it in. They come to me. It's perfect. It's Genesis of Tampa right there, 801 East Bears Avenue, right off of 275. Go see them and tell them JP sent you.
Let's go.
Right now, back to the show on FanStream Sports.
Yeah, back. Just heard Genesis of Tampa. Tonight they have a fundraiser at Office Evolution on Harbor Island, which is right near American Social there. Bring some school supplies. We're going to pack them all up for the kids. 5 o'clock, I believe it is, at Office Evolution. I'll get you all the details here in a little bit. Put it on social media because that's what Genesis of Tampa does. They do great things in the community, always doing great things in the community. They support USF, women's sports dramatically, Gray Bull Rescue, tons of stuff they do in the community. And they sell great cars at great prices, and their service is fantastic. So once again, a local company that gets it and does it right, and that's Genesis of Tampa. So come join us tonight for the fundraiser. I'll be there, Office Evolution on Harbor Island, right next to American Social there. So come on over and say hello and bring some stuff for the kids. Even if it's a couple of notebooks here, go by the dollar store, pick up $10 worth of stuff, and come on over, and we'll have a nice outing there. Thanks to the folks at Genesis of Tampa. All right, just found this on X, so kind of wanted to play this to give you a little bit more perspective. This is Jeremy Fowler doing a one-on-one with Baker, and they talk a little bit about the evidently the biggest problem was not the AAV of $50 million, but it was you only offer 2 years.
Baker, you used words like disrespected, disappointed, undervalued when it comes to your contract. What value did the team place on you that made you feel that way?
I mean, it was all three between years, average, and guarantees. Probably the most disappointing is years. Didn't get offered anything over 2. And so when you're told you're a franchise quarterback and they handle it otherwise, that's disappointing. So felt like I earned that. It's not a poor me pity party over here. It is what it is. And so that's why I said the deadline was training camp. Focus on the team, focus on getting better and trying to give this team a better chance to win a Super Bowl.
What was the reasoning for that?
For the deadline
well for the number of years, or just
number of years
metrics that weren't there for?
I don't know. I don't know why I wasn't there. So I can't give an explanation.
Yeah, you've said you're a franchise quarterback. You've shown that.
Ask Jason.
Do you believe, and did you make a stance that you belong in that top 10 range, $50+ million? That's sort of the market and where you are.
Yeah, and I told them, I said it publicly, I was never trying to reset the market. I know where I fit in on that. I'm not over realistic on that, but it's also, I know just to be compensated, put in that category, and salary cap keeps going up. The guys that are going to re-sign next year, it's going to look a lot different. So
yeah, $70 million.
At the end of the day, it'd probably be still right about top 15 next year this time. And
second tier money.
It's unfortunate they failed to recognize that.
How far away were they from that range?
Pretty far.
Yeah. Did you consider a holdout, just considering the incredible leverage a established starting quarterback would have?
No, because I know I got a bad taste in my mouth from last year, and I know the potential that this group has. It's still, for me, the most important thing is winning and making sure that I'm a team first guy, and I wanted our guys to know that, and then I was dead serious about it. So never considered a hold in. I want to win ball games. I want to play with these guys. It's a special group, and that's why it feels like home.
Yeah. What reasoning did the Bucs give for not meeting you at that point, as far as sweet spot?
You'd have to ask my agent. I don't know.
Yeah. And then you mentioned the potential of this team. How do you
Jason
quantify
White.
that? Like, what can it look like if everybody stays healthy and is clicking on all cylinders?
Yeah, it's potential is always just potential on paper, and we have that for sure. Last year, kind of fighting an uphill battle. None of our starting 5 offensive linemen on paper not once played a snap together, so it's hard to win in this league without those big boys. But we went through a lot of that, and we had a lot of guys play that probably weren't supposed to. So we have depth up front, got depth in the defensive line, some new additions, and so I'm excited about that.
Yeah. Have you been forced at all to think about free agency, other teams, any of those possibilities?
No, and that was kind of the big issue, was like, I want to be present where my feet are at. I am a Buccaneer right now. I am the quarterback for this team. How can I lead the best way possible? How can I win as many games as possible? And how can I win a Super Bowl?
things.
Yeah. And you've gone through this before, like you said, went through it in Cleveland.
As you would expect.
Played well multiple spots, and here you are. How have you processed what that means and why that?
I just, I've seen guys get bitter.
Sure.
And then it's all about me. A lot of them are not team good. I don't know if a lot of guys would be like, oh, I'm just going to go ball out. They just, listen, and there's I was checking online during the break. There's a lot of talk about, is the franchise tag, is it really in play here at 80 million? And if you franchise them the next 2 years at 50 million, you get to 110 million, over 2 years. I mean, what are we doing? And what you're saying is basically, we're afraid the way you play, you're going to get hurt, and that's part of it. But you can't do contracts like that, especially with your starting quarterback. It doesn't happen in a vacuum. Other players see it. That's why I asked the question. Of course it reverberates through the locker room. I mean, good on them. Good on Baker for his leadership and Wirf's leadership to understand that it's still, that their legacy is going to be defined by winning and losing and how they play. And just to go out there and put a shit sandwich out there because you hate the owners and you're not getting paid, that's immature. It's unprofessional. But it's also, I think, unprofessional for an organization to count on that. Oh, you guys know Baker's going to ball out. He is, because he has to get more money. But it's like, that. And you're using it to basically say, we're going to take our insurance against you getting hurt. We're not going to guarantee you your money. And guess what? If Baker goes out there and blows out his knee, then this is it. He's not getting a big deal. And this is why these guys get pissed off. He's going to go out there and lay it on the line because he doesn't know how to play any other way. And you're almost taking advantage of that. Instead of thanking him for it and showing and acknowledging that he puts it all on the field for you guys. And not all players do that. See Cam Newton Super Bowl. You're just like spitting in his face. And it's not the way to run a big time NFL team. You look cheap as hell. And other players see this. That hasn't been your reputation to this point for the last 10 to 15 years. I know it was earlier when you went through the Man U thing. You were cheap. We know that. But you did everything you had to do during the Brady years, and you've rebuilt your image in this marketplace, and this is going to set you back. This is going to set you back big time. And again, 2 years. 2 years. This is a 5-year. Everybody else in the league is doing this as a 5-year deal. And 4 of it's guaranteed at 170, 180, in my opinion. And you're not. You're not. And that's disappointing. All right, let's get to I want to get to, and Timmy, if you see anything in the comments, Baker
so much
related, let's throw, you just go ahead and throw them up when you see them. Alejandro, who I saw, this is
Chris Cole.
Alejandro. Yeah. Said, I'm going to be the Rays game as well, so I will keep you Petermans updated on everything that is happening in real time. The Rangers made the first big trade last night. That's right. Got O'Hoppe and Silseth. So, Chris Cole says, afternoon, everyone. I believe that this is about years, not money, but the Glazers need to get their head out of their asses and start paying their players more than they deserve. They don't have to do that, but just pay them what they're worth. They're not asking for more than they deserve.
Fair market value.
Fair market value. And I'm telling you that Vita Vea and Baker Mayfield are not money guys. They'll take less than what other teams will pay. You'll get a hometown discount, and that's still not good enough. What are we doing? I'm going to bypass the Rays stuff here. Sorry, we'll get to the Rays in a little bit, guys. Nope. Where's the Glazer stuff? Here we go. Michael LaRue says, great franchises don't make their franchise quarterback play out the final years of his contract. I don't understand what the leadership at One Buck Place is doing. What exactly is their reasoning or goal here? Aviation says, Baker throwing subtle shots at the front office. Oh, I don't think it was very subtle, my friend.
Very subtle.
I don't think it was subtle at all. It was subtle in the way it was presented with a smile on his face, but it wasn't subtle in text. And certainly in what he said. Boo Shiesty says, we wouldn't be dealing with any of these issues if Malcolm was still in charge. I don't know if you can prove that. Rick Stroud told Rich Eisen yesterday, says Rick, that the Glazers have sticker shock from the quarterback prices. That's terrible ownership. Stop making movies and get this team right. Listen, I want to say I get it, but I don't. You can have sticker shock if you're a fan. Okay? If you're an owner of a team, this is business. This is what guys in your league are getting paid. Sticker shock is not something you're allowed to have. I get sticker shock every time I see how much money these teams make. That's what I get. I get sticker shock. You ain't going to lose money. You're not losing money. Like, you got plenty of money. These are not, you're getting plenty of money from the NFL. If you got sticker shock, look at the check you're getting from the NFL. That gives me sticker shock.
Yeah, that's not an excuse for teams. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, if that's what this is, that's unprofessional and immature. That's what that is. Really.
And you were unprepared to run an NFL franchise.
Yeah. And he, Rick brings up a good point because, as we've said, they've never had to pay one. Brady gave him a deal, $25 million a year. Jameis was on a rookie contract. Baker's played for less money. They've never had to pay a big money. So it's time. Listen, when you have a franchise quarterback, you got to pay him. It's not like the salary cap's $200 million anymore either. Come on now.
JP, I know it's a different ownership group, vastly different ownership group, but this has feelings of Doug Williams.
Oh God, yes.
Right?
Well, that was heavily tinged with racism as
right.
well.
That's why I prefaced it with.
But it does. But it has that whole like we could finally got our franchise quarterback, and you're not going to pay him. Like, and what Doug wanted was well below market value.
Doug walked for what, $200,000, right? Wasn't that the difference?
Yeah. But that was a lot of money back then.
Well, it was, but still
money now. If Baker Mayfield does not get a contract in Tampa, says Nathan Elliott, he will be with the Los Angeles Rams in 2027. Remember that you heard it from me first. I think you're a little late on that, buddy, but I think you're right. But they have Ty Simpson. They'll trade him. If they can get Baker Mayfield. Yeah. If Sean McVay wants the guy and you don't,
you're wrong.
I think the Glazers are underestimating the reaction that this is going to get.
Or that it's already gotten. Like, did they anticipate the backlash already? It should have.
Yeah. All right. Aviation says, just thinking out loud, haven't the Glazers traditionally made their guys play on the final year of their contracts? Yeah. Yeah. And that's not cool. It's not cool. That's not how you treat these guys. If you're doing it like the correct way, like a class organization.
Yeah.
Today, B. Fit says, sounds like the Bucs know that Todd isn't coming back and bringing in a new coach next year. That coach is going to want his own pick of quarterback. The Bucs obviously don't see Baker like you do. I think that's short-sighted and dumb. Listen, if I have a coach and who I think I'm bringing in and they don't want Baker Mayfield, then you're not picking the right coach. You're not picking the right coach.
Baker Mayfield on a longer-term deal here is an attraction for a head coach. That's what would make that job appealing to a lot of guys. Oh, crap, you guys got Baker for the next 3 years? Hell yeah, I'm in.
You think Mike Tomlin wants to come here when he said, we don't have a quarterback? We're gonna draft one. What? And I got news for you. But the Baker Revenge Tour is not winning 4 games unless he gets injured. The Baker Revenge Tour is going to be at least 9-10 wins, probably more, if this defense can show up. And then you're picking 20th, 25th. Good luck getting a quarterback. Good luck. Then what are you going to do? Go sign Malik Willis? Oh, wait, he's already gone. Or someone like him?
You don't want him anyway.
I know. I mean, what are you doing? Ryan says, preach, JP, a 2-year deal. This ownership is a joke. John Hill says, Bucs need a hamstring injury prevention specialist. It's called stretching and hydration, besides an ownership advisor. Boo Shiesty says, Baker's about to get paid next offseason. He's like, I'm going to have a really good year. So dumb. Chris Cole said they offered him 2 years and he needs 3 or 4. Yeah. He's earned it. He's earned it. Danny says, good afternoon, gentlemen, from Tampa International Airport, where I'm delayed in my route to Baltimore. Good luck with that.
Nice.
So is Baker Mayfield. He's delayed on his route to Los Angeles. Rick says, hey, Nathan, stop yelling. Besides, we've been saying that since last season. Yep. TJC 22 said, told you yesterday, blame your cheap ass owner. Ryan says there's a reason the NFLPA scores are almost dead last.
I don't put any stock in those, but maybe
I don't either, but maybe I'm going to start. Rathel Gordon says, agree, pay Bakers. Are the Bucs like the Tampa Bay Rays cheap? Maybe. Chris Cole said Glazers need to sell the team. I know Jeff Bezos would like to buy the team, and I bet Bezos would pay Baker Mayfield and Vita Vea. But think about the guys. And I know many of the sweet holders. I haven't gained their opinions just yet, but I'll bring them to you tomorrow. And those are your biggest customers. Hey, if I'm a sponsor of this team, and I'm paying millions and millions of dollars, one of their big key sponsors, and you're telling me this is what you're doing with your franchise quarterback and your best defensive player, I want my money back. TJC says, to be clear, this is not a light problem. This is an ownership problem. I agree with that. Just no inside information, but I believe this is coming from ownership. I do too. I would agree with that. Nathan Stout says they need to pay Mayfield. It says it sets a terrible precedent for team culture and even worse for top talent wanting to come to Tampa Bay. 100% Nathan, agree. John Thiel says Baker's gone next year. Yeah, and you may not be able to stop it now. Nathan says, when you tell someone they need to prove it after 3 successful seasons with a bottom 5 coach who Tom Brady had his only losing season with in 23 years, it's a sign of terrible ownership. Again, I like the Glazers, but I think they're making a terrible mistake here. Terrible mistake. TJC says they tried with Mayfield, but they have not tried with Vea. That's why Vea is also pissed. Yeah. John Thiel says deciding to retain Bowles set the stage to this complete dumpster fire, starting with Mike Evans. I do not disagree with that. Offered him a 2-year deal. Slap in the face. Agree. Chris Cole says that you guys keep blaming Bowles, and he can only do what he can do with what he's got on that roster. Our roster is good enough. I'm going to disagree with you there, partner. And again, the Glazers are the one that kept Todd. It's not, quote, Todd's fault. It's his ownership. Yeah. T. Knowles says, love you, Baker, but you were 2-7 in the last 9 games and only 2 picks in the first 8 games, 9 in the last 9. The Glazers want him to put up or shut up 2 first-round playoff losses. I like Bake, but damn. Okay, T. Knowles.
Come on.
Bro, did you watch the games?
It's a bad take.
Did you watch the games? You can throw numbers out there all you want. Did you watch the offensive line? Did you watch the sieve that was the middle of that offensive line in the middle? Did you see what the injuries that Baker was playing with? Because they didn't have the organization did not have a backup quarterback suitable to go into the game. Is that Baker's fault? I'm sorry, bro. If you watch the game, you can cherry pick numbers, but go watch the games like we did. And by the way, 6-2, that was all Baker. That was all Baker. Yeah. Let me do one more here. From Bucks Basement said, Baker said it's best, and it's very simple. This is 1,000% on the Glazers when they decided that a head coach that went 2-7 down the stretch was not held accountable. No more Hakuna Matata BS. All right, we'll get to more of your
hey,
comments.
JP, real quick, before you go to break, and I got to bow out here at the top of the hour. A quick Rays update, since I won't be on the other side to talk about it. There's a no-hit watch at the Trop today.
Who's getting no hit?
Well, it ain't the Rays.
They got no hit for 8 innings last night, but they got 3 in the first.
You got 3 in the first. Yeah, you throw that first inning out, and it's gravy, right? But no hit through 3. It's only through 3. Rays up 1-0. Cole Winn, of course, got the start, and he has now been replaced by Marco Gonzalez in the second, which was the plan all along. They're doing like the opener, that whole philosophy. They pulled Evaldi. I was really looking forward to Evaldi and McClanahan, but they pulled Evaldi because they want him to start the opening game of the Astros series.
Makes sense.
Which, of course, is it's a much more important series for the Rangers. They lead the Astros by 1 game in the West, and if they can sweep the Astros, they will win the tiebreaker with the Astros for the division, which is important. So
very important.
That's what's going on right now. I'm sure you guys have much more to talk about.
All right, cool. Thank you for that update. Appreciate it. We'll be watching that. All right, more Baker, more Rays, and Steven Garcia coming up next. Longtime Jefferson High School superstar, played at South Carolina for Steve Spurrier, and he's got a big fundraiser coming up. We'll chat with him when we come back. We're brought to you by Third Generation Plumbing. They also do AC. And when they combine with American Standard Heating and Cooling, that's your dynamic duo for all your HVAC needs. So if you need a new AC, it's American Standard Heating and Cooling and Third Generation Plumbing. They will put it in. Get the maintenance special, by the way. They'll come out twice a year, clean out your drain line, make sure everything's working to avoid any catastrophic things that'll cost you a new air conditioner, which is a lot more money than $169. So money well spent. ThirdGenerationPlumbing.com. Back in 3. Well, the folks at Third Generation Plumbing and AC want to say thanks for making them so dadgum busy. Of course, advertising on your favorite Tampa Bay sports talk show helps, but it's their incredible customer service, honesty, and integrity that have earned them tons of 5-star reviews. And now you could be part of the team at Third Generation. Yes, they are so slammed, they need to hire more certified AC technicians and plumbers. It's a great family business to work for. My buddy John Rodriguez runs an old school family business since 1995. They pay well, give you all the holidays off, and they offer great benefits. No cold corporate atmosphere here. You're part of the family. If this sounds cool to you, call them and apply at 813-961-8024, or you can email your resume in at thirdgenerationplumbing.com. Just go to the website, you'll see the button, email them, or call them at 813-961-8024. And don't forget about the $169 yearly maintenance special. It's a no-brainer, guys. thirdgenerationplumbing.com, and they also do AC.
Ciao, Paolo Tini here, owner of Caffè Paradiso, voted #3 People's Choice Award on Open Table. I want to thank all our loyal family of customers that have been enjoying our great traditional Italian dishes we make from scratch every day. It's a great family story we're proud of. Our family moved from Rimini, Italy in 1984. My dad, Caesar, started Donatello, and that's where I got the start in the restaurant business. I started Caffè Paradiso on South McDill in 1995, and we've been there ever since. From our traditional ossobuco, a veal slow roast for 4 hours, to our daily fresh catch, the Gruppo Paradiso, with a piccata sauce and lobster claw meat, homemade pasta like lasagna, farfalle salchicha, which is a bow tie pasta homemade with fresh sausage. Hold on a minute, JP's favorite.
I love it.
So come and have a glass of wine with me on South McDill. Get a reservation on Open Table and see all our 5-star reviews. Ciao, see you soon at Paradiso.
Sports fans, it's time to gear up. Head to fanstreamsports.com and check out our brand new merchandise store. We're talking bold t-shirts, 3/4 zips, hoodies, hats, mugs, and more. Everything you need to rep your favorite shows and your favorite crew. Whether you're rolling with the JP Peterson Show in Tampa Bay, From the Rough in Dallas, the Tim May Show featuring Clay Hall, or the Jeff Thidoff Show in Ohio, or any of our FanStream Sports original programming, we've got the perfect look for game day and every day. So don't wait. fanstreamsports.com. Click merch and grab your gear now. Wear the stream, live the stream, fanstreamsports.com.
Welcome to Kingmakers, home of the JP Peterson Show studio and Tampa's premier business networking and social club for members only. By day, it's an exclusive, vibrant co-working space with a stylish conference room, focus rooms, a full production studio, and an in-house marketing team. And by night, Kingmakers transforms into a sports-centric social hub with a full sports bar, golf simulator, and exclusive events. For young entrepreneurs and seasoned professionals, it's the perfect place to work hard, play hard, and make big moves in Midtown Tampa. Close the deal, celebrate the win. Only at Kingmakers. Become a member today at kingmakerstampa.com. Your business, your club. Hey, JP here for my concierge medical professional, Chris Lugo, PA. You've heard him on the show for a couple of years where he shares invaluable medical, nutritional, and supplement advice. With Chris, it's like having a medical provider as your best friend. What I love about this concierge service is the convenience and support he offers. I can text or call him 24/7 with any questions or concerns, and he'll promptly call in a prescription if needed. No office visits or copays required. It gives me peace of mind knowing I have someone genuinely invested in my health, not just focused on insurance profits. And the best part, the Bay Area Modern Medical Center's personal concierge service is more affordable than you might think. Don't let insurance companies dictate your health care. Take control of your health and wellness today. Visit BAMMC.com for more information and to schedule your initial free consultation. Empower yourself and take charge of your personal health with BAMMC.com.
Let's go. Right now, back to the show on FanStream Sports.
All right, welcome back to the JP Peterson Show here. Sorry, Tim is going to other duties, so I'll be producing the show the rest of the way, so bear with me, you guys. As we welcome in Steven Garcia. See if I can get a better shot of you here, Steven. How are you, partner? Let me get your audio up. Good to see you. It's been a long time.
It has been a while.
I think the last time I saw you was when you were playing over at Jefferson, coming over there with my Channel 8 cameras going, "What's up, brother?"
Same old stuff. Obviously a little bit different these days. But yeah, I mean, everything's going, everything's good, all things considered.
Except the health.
Except the health.
Yeah. So, I mean, so many of us guys, we don't go to the doctor and we don't get checked up on. So tell me your story. I know you were just recently diagnosed with stage 4 colon cancer. You look great, by the way.
No, I mean, I feel great. I feel normal, which is, the crazy part about it. So I guess it started happening like last July. Just had like some stomach pain, just never felt like fully emptied. And my wife was like, you're going to the bathroom way too often. Like, what the hell's going on over there? So
wait. This sounds very familiar.
Yeah. So she dragged me to get an ultrasound on my stomach just to see what was going on. They found two spots on my liver. They ordered an MRI. Then they noticed it was 2 lesions. Then they ordered a colonoscopy. And then that's kind of when the can of worms got open. Did the biopsy the next day. And then on the 25th, they installed the port. And then 2 weeks later was doing chemo.
Golly.
So
it happens fast,
It happened very fast. I was, super fortunate to, I actually trained the head surgeon at a Tampa General, Alan Jaginski.
Yeah.
So I've trained his kid for the last 3 years. And, when we first got the news, Masha, my wife, immediately called Dr. Jaginski, and he's been quarterbacking this entire thing. It's been extremely helpful.
Wow. You help his kid, he helps you quarterback in that deal.
Yep.
So the prognosis is good?
Yeah. Yeah. So I just had an appointment this morning over at TGH at the Brandon office. And yeah, the scans came back. Everything looks great. We start
that's fantastic.
pelvic radiation next week, have 5 sessions of that. And then at the end of August, we're jumping into surgery. And they're going to do both surgeries at the same time. So the colon and the liver, they're going to wedge it out. They're going to cut it out, and everything's, that's the plan.
Well, prayers with you, man. I really I hope everything works out well. It sounds like you got a good team there working with, and things will work out just fine.
Yeah, absolutely. Shout out to Moffitt as well. I did my chemotherapy, did 6 rounds over there at the new facility over at Land Lakes, which is top notch. It's freaking brand new. It's also 10 minutes from my house, so it worked out pretty well. But yeah, this whole thing was definitely a shock. Never in a million years I think I'd have to be dealing with this, but here we are, and just trying to make the most of it and trying to inspire people to, if they're not feeling right, to get checked out and trust the doctors with what their recommendations are.
So you're 38 now?
38, yes, sir.
That's young for getting colon cancer.
Yeah.
There's a lot of that.
A lot of it going on.
Yeah, because I think insurance won't pay for colonoscopy until you're 40, right?
45.
45. And there's a lot of people getting it earlier than that.
Absolutely.
So what should you do if your insurance isn't going to pay for it? You got to come out of pocket. What's out there?
Cheap. It's
not cheap
at all. So that's why we really started the Quarterback Your Health Foundation. And it's really not just for men specifically. We're going to do everything from screenings, checkups, depending on how much we end up raising and how long, how far we want to take this thing, be able to pay for some treatments for, men, women, and, whatever they got to deal with. So like I said, we're just trying to find a silver lining in this whole situation. I feel like that's it. So we're going to try to use this whole platform to, try to inspire people and help people as much as possible.
I kind of joked about it, but what are the warning signs? What did you notice?
That's the thing. I didn't notice anything. I didn't have, the tall tale signs is like yellowing of the skin, yellowing of the eyes, blood in the stool, stuff like that. And just severe abdominal pain. I didn't have any of that. Literally none of it. So, when they told us that, I'm like, you got to be kidding me. Like there's no way.
But you mentioned you were getting up at night, going to the bathroom more.
Yeah.
Was that more?
And it was like, kind of, not to get too graphic, but it was like inconsistent stools. Like
you can get graphic on this show.
Yeah,
it's fine.
Sometimes it was, normal. Other times it would be pebble-like. Other times, pencil thin. So, just kind of inconsistent and just often. And, I would have some sporadic stomach pain in my lower left side. But other than that, I was like, maybe it's just a stomach bag. Something insignificant.
So go get checked out.
Absolutely.
Go to your doctor and get checked out and see what they'll pay for. Your insurance.
Good luck. Insurance,
it's a terrible situation.
I can go down that rabbit hole for a while. This whole situation has opened up my eyes to, the corruption of the healthcare system.
And it's awful. Now you can talk about it. Feel free.
No, it's insane.
What kind of issues have you run into?
They don't want to cover certain things. They don't want to do this. You're not allowed to do this. You can't do this. We'll do cover that. It's just all sorts of different.
Who's your insurance company?
Humana right now.
Humana. Well, they're all bad. So.
I didn't.
They're all bad.
My older brother said he went to go get colonoscopy. He owns his own business, so he doesn't have health insurance. They said they wanted $16,000 for the colonoscopy.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Yeah, and having insurance now is almost a choice. It's just people just can't afford it.
No,
and they've got to fix the healthcare. But don't worry, Congress doesn't fix anything.
Yeah.
We'll be fine.
Absolutely.
No, because if they fix it, then somebody gets credit for it.
100%.
And they don't want anybody to get credit because then you might vote for those people that were actually fixing things. So then they just do nothing, which is great for the people.
It's
while we just sit here and suffer.
No,
thank you.
The whole thing sucks, man. It really does. And
I'm sorry to hear that because it's bad enough you get fucking stage 4 cancer and it comes out and then you go to an insurance company and you're hoping for a little bit of compassion and coverage, and that ain't happening.
No, shit.
That ain't happening.
Shit, no, absolutely not. It's and then you go to the hospital and you see Cheetos, you see Coca-Cola, you see all these shit that we shouldn't be putting in our bodies. That's what they're giving the patients at the hospital. I'm just like, what are we doing? And so I say something to my parents and my family, and they're like, yeah, they're not trying to cure you. They're trying to keep you on the freaking on the wheel. Yeah.
Yeah. My doctor told me, he said, the great Dr. Lugo, who advertises on our show, said, whatever you do, stay out of the hospital. They'll kill you. And he's not joking.
And I feel like that's another, reason why, men in particular don't want to go to the hospital.
Yeah.
That's the reason I didn't want to go.
Yeah.
It's if I go, they're going to find something wrong, and then it's going to be, I'm in the hamster wheel again. And I have no interest in doing that. But that being said,
sometimes it's better not to know. I don't know. I hate to say that because people do need to get screened and catch it early because that makes a difference, right?
100%.
When it comes to your treatment.
But that's the crazy thing. It's like, everybody's like, and you just mentioned, you're like, oh, you look fine. You look great. It's like, I feel fine. I feel
your eyes are bright. You look great.
The hardest part about, to make light of this whole situation, the hardest part is not being able to drink a beer.
Yeah, that sucks.
That sucks. The chemo, I'm thinning on the top of my head a little bit, and it's taking a little bit longer for my beard to grow in after shaving. But not being able to drink a beer after a workout or just on the beach has been brutal.
That's the worst part, probably. Well, listen, man, we hope you get better, and we're praying for you. It sounds like you got a good team. So now tell us a little bit about the fundraiser before we get to the fun stuff.
Yeah. So we're, like I said, the first guy that ever trained, his dad is an attorney, and, he came up with the slogan, quarterback your health, which I thought was freaking awesome. So he applied for the trademark. He applied for the 501c3. We finally got approval for that. He built out the website. So we're doing the
quarterbackyourhealth.com,
quarterback.org. Some
okay.
freaking asshole over in Rocky Point actually bought quarterbackyourhealth.com in, I think, June. After I started posting about it on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram, and it kind of blew up. It's just, that's a whole, it's just crazy. It's one thing after another.
People are awesome.
But yeah, so we're, the Quarterback Your Health, we're the first inaugural event, gala, fundraiser, whatever you want to call it, is August 21st over at the Hilton Garden Inn on 54 in the Veterans.
Okay. So we'll get all that information out on social media so you guys can participate, and go to the website, quarterbackyourhealth.org. You'll find out all the information there.
I'm going to have Coach Spurrier coming down.
Oh, is he?
Coach Gruden's coming.
Oh, fantastic.
I think Martine Grammatica, Mike Allstott, working on a few former players, former teammates of mine, Melvin Ingram, maybe Stephon Gilmore.
Nice.
So yeah, it should be a fun little event.
Fantastic. And it's great. All those guys you just mentioned, local guys that at the drop of a hat, you mentioned something good in charity and involve football or somebody they've known in football, and boom, they're there.
Yep.
They're there. And it's really great. As a community, we come together really, really cool in that way. So
no question about it.
Look forward to it. And I'm sure Gruden will be very entertaining.
He always is.
I like to get the two of you together for sure.
Oh, I've known him for a long time. He was close friends with my uncle, who was the president of Pepin Distribution, and he was one of my dad's clients for a long time. So I've known John for forever. And I just got done doing a.
Have you ever worked with him?
Yeah, I did this past off season. Diego Pavia, and Joe Pazanski were down here in Tampa doing their combine and prep and all that stuff. So at least once a week, we would go to Gruden's Fired Football Coaches of America office.
Oh yeah,
over in Lutz, which again is 10 minutes from my house. So 6 o'clock in the morning, we're over there watching film, and he's out there just cussing people out. He is who he is, and he is not
high energy
for shit, man. I freaking love it.
That's what's great about Barstool. It's such a good platform for him because he could just be himself.
Oh yeah.
Monday Night Football was great, but that wasn't quintessential Gruden. No. Like Barstool, he can really let it fly.
Absolutely. And
he does let it fly.
That's definitely one of their better hires.
It's good. Yeah. That's like, don't go back to coaching, coach. What you're doing now is so much more fun for us. I know you want to coach, but this is way more fun for us. No doubt. So please stay there. So that'd be nice to have him there. So talk a little bit. I remember covering you at Jefferson, and it's my recollection that Jefferson wasn't very good for a long, long time. Then you and some guys came along. That team, what year was that?
So that was 2007. So they went to the state finals in 2005, but prior with the Bubba Caldwell.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
You know, he really brought Jefferson from the ashes.
That's right. Bubba Caldwell.
Yeah.
Right. It's about when Channel 8 was covering high school football.
Yeah.
Every one of your games. All right. Continue.
Yeah. So, you know, after that, I saw Jefferson, competing for state championships, making the playoffs. I was like, oh, shit. And then Coach Fenton was one of my dad's high school buddies. So, he was the offensive coordinator there. And I'm like, this could be pretty cool. So decided to go there and had a freaking blast, man. I loved every single minute of my high school, career over there.
How far did you guys get?
We went to the state finals my sophomore year.
The state championship game?
Yep.
Yeah, I thought I remembered
Jacksonville Bulls, and they
wow.
beat our ass. We scored on our opening drive. We're like, man, we're about to win state. We're about to beat the shit out of these guys.
Yeah,
and they rolled up 42 unanswered on us.
How many D1 players did they have that year?
A lot.
Yeah.
I mean, they're pumping guys out every single year.
No,
it's crazy.
My son was playing for Cambridge Christian, when I think it was 1A at that particular time, and they got to the state championship game, and we went to Jacksonville University Christian, which, like Bowles, is just a freaking private school factory, and they rolled out like 12 D1 players. I'm like, we had like 4 or 5 for a single A school, not bad, but I was like, ooh.
What year was that?
That was 2017, I think. Cambridge Christian.
Was Andrew Cunningham?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He was our running back. Yeah, he was a kick-ass running back, man. What a great young man.
And I saw
we had some great kids. We had him and oh my God, the guy that played at Florida, their left tackle, and then moved to guard.
He's in the NFL, right?
Yeah. God, I'm forgetting your name, son. I apologize. I feel awful.
Something with the G.
Kevin.
Wasn't it something with the G?
Yes. Somebody help me with this. God, I feel terrible. I forgot his name. But yeah, no, they were a really good team. But your team was good. You had was Bubba on your team too?
No. So he graduated in 05 or 06.
And then you had some other guys on that squad.
He was 2002 because I graduated in 07. So yeah, I think they went to the state finals either 02 or 03.
Yeah.
And then I was there 4, 5, 6, and 7.
So how was it playing for Coach Spurrier when you went to South Carolina?
Oh man. I mean, there's no secret. I mean, it's all over the internet how much we, butted heads.
That's okay. You're friends now, though.
No, we're great friends now. Yeah. Like I said, he's coming to the event, and it sucks. And that's what when I got in this quarterback training business, I'm trying to tell these parents and the kids, and even my own son who just left this past Monday to go to college.
Where's he going?
New Mexico Military Institute. Nice. Yep, following Diego Pavia's path.
Nice. Okay,
said, dude, go there, bust your ass.
Just keep Pavia out of the Hard Rock.
No kidding.
That's what I heard.
But yeah, no kidding. But yeah, man, it was tough, just because he would ask me, dress like you're going to play golf when you go to class. I'm like, Coach, it is 7,000 degrees in Columbia, South Carolina. I'm wearing a t-shirt and shorts, man, and sandals. Exactly what I'm wearing now. And I had the long hair, had the big beard, and he just was constantly, cut your hair, shave your beard. I'm like, dude, leave me the fuck alone, man. Like, please. Like, let's focus on football. And even the offensive coordinator and the quarterback coach are like,
was that GA?
Yeah.
GA Mangus?
He's like, I don't care what you look like, man. As long as you can play, like, I don't give a shit. But I'm not the head coach. The head ball coach wants you to shave. Just shave your fucking beard.
Yeah.
And, me being a, 20-year-old, 21-year-old, I was like, I'm not doing it. Just hard-headed. So that's what I'm trying to tell these kids. Like,
don't be hard-headed.
Yeah. If your coach is asking you to do something that small and insignificant, just do it. You'll alleviate a lot of headaches.
Yeah. Yeah. But playing in that offense must have been just like,
it was a blast. I mean, everybody likes to think that, Coach Burr is the QB whisperer and the guru, which, I learned a lot from him, playing that, but the offense wasn't any sort of rocket science. I mean, he did what he knew would work. Whereas you go to offenses now and I'm looking at some of these high school offensive playbooks. I'm like, they're doing too much. Like,
yeah,
it sounds like a John Gruden play call on steroids. It's like, why are we doing all this tagging? Why are we doing let's just keep it simple. Stupid.
Keep it simple.
So
yeah. I always, and I cover John at the Buccaneers, and far be it from me to criticize anybody, but even players would say it. He knows so much football, and he knows the intricacies of everything, and he wants everybody and all of his players to know as much as he does and be able to use it on game day. It's hard to do. They're not as smart as you. No. Number one. And number two, they're playing. It's just different. And communicating what's going to work and what can work, on a whiteboard and then what can work on the field when your quarterback just got hit in the head and he's throwing up. And it's like, you want him to know that check, but he might not be able to get to that thing because he's seeing about 16 different people
100%,
out there.
100%.
So, I mean, it's that, and that's all part of the game too. But I do agree with you. It seems like some of these offenses in high school are just getting crazy. And to execute it is hard. And then it looks like shit.
100%.
Well, actually, I heard Gruden talking about this on one of his videos he did for Barstool. He said, the quality of football has gone down.
Yep, I saw that.
Because, these kids, these quarterbacks they're dumbing down the playbook from them for bubble screens and RPOs. They're not learning how to read the field. And it's and then you get guys transferring every year. I mean, how long does it take you to learn a system?
I mean, it took me to learn. And again, Spurrier's playbook was not that difficult, but
right.
It took me a solid 2 years to really know what the hell I was doing,
right?
And how to make a check.
Can you imagine jumping every year to another system?
I could not.
And that's what it's got to affect the quality of play.
I mean, it is. It 100% is. And, it disrupts everything. There's no team camaraderie anymore.
Right.
Because you got guys that are literally jumping from year to year every single. I mean, and I'm seeing it in high school now. I'm seeing it in Little League.
In high school, they're jumping teams.
Little League teams are doing it now.
Pee-wee football?
Oh, yeah. And they're making graphics like, hey, I'm leaving, the Tar Heels going to the Colts.
The West Chase Colts.
Yeah. I mean,
no, get out of here.
The West Chase Colts are they're the
gold standard. They're still the gold standard.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
McLeod has got a machine running over there.
So guys, like, how old are we talking here?
I mean, 6 years old, 7 years old, 8 years old. I'm not kidding you, man. It is. And
I'm taking my talents to the West Chase Colts.
And they're tagging me in all these
things. You got to be kidding me.
I'm like, please do not tag me in these videos. I do not condone this kind of stuff. But yeah, the transfer has trickled down all the way to Pee Wee football now, and it sucks. And with this whole situation I'm going through, being able to call Alshon, Stefan, Melvin Ingram, be able to call these guys. I mean, even Clowney, he's still playing for God's sakes, but like I still have a relationship with these guys. If I were to transfer all over the place, they'd be like, "Dude, what the hell do you want, man? I'm not even gonna answer this phone call." So,
did you play with Clowney
for a year?
I didn't realize that.
Yeah. So I mean, it's the transfer portal. That's a whole nother subject. I mean, no matter how much money, I mean, there's a lot of money being thrown out there, but
are high school kids making money now with the NIL?
Yeah.
How much?
That I don't know. But
kids you're training, are they making money?
They haven't told me that because they know if they did, I'd say, hey,
yeah, you want more?
Yeah, give me an agent fee a little bit. I wouldn't do that. But no, I'm hearing stories of guys that are committed to. I don't want to name any schools, local schools or colleges, but there's guys that the colleges are paying them while they're playing in high school. 5, 10 grand, 15, 20 grand a month, whatever the case
just to start to get their allegiance.
Absolutely.
And
you saw the thing with Georgia that they were paying a kid $20,000 a month to stay committed. The kid was committed. And then at the last minute, he's like, yeah, I'm flipping. I'm going to wherever the hell you decided to go to, NC State or Rutgers, whatever it was. And it's like, what do you do? How are you going to get that money back? You were paying this kid 20 grand a month for the last 2 years.
So you can't get it back, right?
That money's gone, man. It's not in a.
So it wasn't like they had a contract with them, said, we're going to pay you $20,000 a month, but you have to come to Georgia.
Yeah.
So that was just, dude, what have we done?
I've
always wanted the players to get paid. And I've said this for 20 years. We got to find a way to pay the players. And I think if they'd have done it incrementally and done it smart and controlled it from the very beginning, I think you wouldn't have the issues you're having now.
Correct.
But they refuse to do it because they're too greedy. I'm talking about the people that run college football, the ADs, the commissioners, all these. They were too greedy. They thought they could run this scam forever, not paying the players. And I said, eventually you're going to get sued. And then a judge is going to decide how this is going to be run instead of people within the business who can control it and know what's best. And so that's what you have now. Judges made decisions. Certain legislatures, different in every state, are making decisions, and we got a freaking mess. Instead of showing leadership from the very beginning and do what you should have done, they couldn't do it because they're too greedy. And now we have what we have now. And unless federal legislation comes in, college football is not going to survive.
I don't know how it could. I really don't. And it breaks my heart. I mean, there's plenty of people that I know that are, the biggest booster for, South Carolina Gamecocks. I talked to him the other day and he's like, yeah, I'm pulling out.
He's done
with NIL. He's like, why am I, there's no return on an investment. Like I'm paying this kid And like personally, I'm basically paying this kid personally, and he's shopping around. He's going to leave. I'm not. I don't. For what? I'm not doing that. So
yeah, he's a successful business guy who spends his money and earns money and expects return. Has contracts. There's guardrails in business and everything, right? And then you go to this situation, and it's a complete
wild west
circus. Yeah,
and now you
don't blame them.
Now you have these kids have agents now, like full on agents, and
I was waiting to hear at some point these boosters are going to say, I'm not doing this anymore. And then what do the colleges do?
That's what's going to have to happen.
Yeah.
But I think what's happening now is I'm sure you saw the, what school is it? I forget, but now they're having patches. It's going to be like a NASCAR deal. They're going to have 55 different patches on their jerseys, and that's who's going to pay the
wait till the post-game quarterback interview, and you're sitting there with the ESPN reporter, and you'd be like, I'd like to thank U.S. Bank here.
Exactly.
U.S. Bet, and just run through all your sponsors before you get to answering the question.
That's what it's going to come down
to. That's where it's going on this.
It is, and it sucks. It's the innocence of college football is no longer there.
And those days when, like South Carolina, you guys had one of the best, like, come out songs, Of course, Florida State has the best, but yours was incredible. I remember going there, and it was just like they turn out the lights, and it's just like insane.
Oh yeah,
yeah. And that's what makes college football great. Was the whole tradition of it and the innocence of it, but it's all gone.
Yeah,
it's all gone.
The same roster. It's like, oh man, you had you played well last year. We're really expecting you to be better this year, and now it's like, oh well, shit, this guy's he's leaving anyway.
Right.
So who gives a help?
Yeah, and most of the fans don't have the time or the inclination to keep up with every transfer and everything that's going on. So you come back the next year as a season ticket holder and you go, what happened to our quarterback?
Right.
Oh yeah, he left.
Yep.
And what? What?
Well, I mean, that's the thing. I mean, I did a event with South Carolina 2 years ago, and was talking with Coach B, and we're sitting in a room kind of similar to this, and all the big boosters, every single one of them, kind of in a line, and he's over there shaking hands, kissing the baby, the whole deal. So at the end, I'm sitting with my buddy that I was with, and I talked to Coach B. I looked at him, I was like, man, you look exhausted. He's like, it's brutal. He's like, I got to recruit kids to come here. I got to kiss all these guys' asses, and then I got to kiss the kids' ass again
24/7
to keep them here.
Yeah,
because Florida's poaching them, Clemson's poaching them, Alabama's trying to poach them.
And you don't put together teams on it. Well, you didn't used to on a year-to-year basis. You're like, I recruit this guy. Yeah. Okay, so I got my center. Okay, I'm good. I got my quarterback. I'm good for a couple of years. Not anymore.
Nope. It's every single year.
Yeah, it's every single game. Hell, they'll leave in the middle of the season.
Absolutely.
It's insane. Well, Steven, it's awesome to chat with you, man. Come back and we'll just talk ball. We'd love to have you. And obviously you're still in it. You're coaching kids. You got any good pupils right now that you're working with?
Yeah, there's a few of them.
Got some names for us that we should be on the lookout for?
Rex Driggers, he's a senior going. He's at Mitchell. Rylan Dutka, he's at Steinbrenner. I think they're going to do well. Chase Burrell is probably the biggest name kid. He's at St. Pete Catholic. I know. Yeah, St. Pete Catholic is stirring a whole bunch of
yes,
a bunch of shit.
Yeah. Anybody going to play them?
They have to this year at least. And they got a hell of a schedule. They got CDS. CDS has got a hell of a machine going on right now. They got Jesuit. Lucas, I think Lucas is going to end up being the starter over there.
At Jesuit?
Yeah.
Okay.
Lucas Capalzo. So I'm pumped to see that. I mean, there's a couple kids that kind of are on that line, depending on how this year goes, whether they're going to be, recruited or not.
Well, why don't you be our quarterback or our high school quarterback guru and keep us up to date on who these kids are, because nobody's covering it anymore.
Yeah, I know. It sucks.
Yeah.
It sucks. I remember being in high school and waking up in the morning on Saturday and eating my cereal or whatever, looking at the newspaper.
The Tribune,
and seeing all the stats from all the other quarterbacks. Like, oh, man, this guy, do better than me. I got to work harder. And, that was like motivation.
Yeah.
Now these guys are like,
you can't
huddle and, they're worried about their graphics and, other bullshit. It drives me nuts.
It's everything was better in the 80s and 90s. That ain't no doubt about that.
You are damn right.
Steven, thanks, man. I appreciate you coming in. And once again, the website is quarterbackyourhealth.org, correct?
Yes, sir.
So go there and find out more about the fundraiser, participate, and have a good time with that. Appreciate you, Steven.
Yeah, I appreciate you having
All
me
right,
on, man.
we'll be back with your comments. We'll get back to the Baker Mayfield stuff. Oh, yeah. Did you hear about Baker?
He's wanting more money or something, right?
He eviscerated the Bucs organization today for not.
Shit.
Yeah, they gave him a terrible 2-year offer.
And he said he's not interested.
No. What he's done?
I heard he wanted like $50 million a year or something.
That's not even the going rate. That's not even the top rate anymore. The next tier is going to be 70. I think Mahomes just got that.
Jesus.
So he just wanted a 3 or 4 year deal. He wanted some
longevity.
He wanted some guaranteed money. Probably Brock Purdy got 173, I think, guaranteed. So, he wanted something in that with a, kind of a 3-4 year guarantee.
Mm-hmm.
At least something that's, that could, the way he plays, he could blow out his knee tomorrow. He just wanted a little bit of security and the Bucs.
Which I think he's deserving of that.
Don't you think?
Yeah,
I do.
He's taken the over from the GOAT with Brady. I think he's done.
It's hard to follow those guys, shoes, right?
Yeah.
And he's done a pretty damn good job.
And I love the way he plays. He plays with some freaking piss.
And not to mention everything he's done in the community.
Yeah.
He's out there all the time. I'm sure you see him out there. Yep. He does everything, which is hard to get your franchise quarterback to do.
No doubt.
Very few of them are doing it around the nation. I'm just here to tell you.
100%.
And this guy's, well, I think the Bucs have made a big mistake here, but we'll see if they can rectify that. All right, we're back with your comments here in just a little bit. Pitch Roofing believes giving back is part of doing business the right way. That's why they proudly offer exclusive discounts to those who gave the most to our communities, including veterans, first responders, seniors, and teachers. And for listeners of the JP Peterson Show, there's even more good news. Pitch Roofing is now offering a special discount just for fans of the show. With so many roofing companies coming and going in Florida, it's important to choose a contractor you can count on long after the job is done, especially when it comes to honoring your warranty. Pitch Roofing is built for the long haul with a reputation for quality, transparency, and standing behind their work. Whether it's a repair or a full replacement, their team delivers honest guidance, quality workmanship, and no high-pressure sales. Call 727-67-PITCH, 727-677-4824, or visit pitchroofing.com to schedule a free estimate.
Pitch roofing done right.
Big thanks to Italiano Insurance, the great folks over there. They will soon be part of Gallagher Insurance. A little name change, but same great folks, same great customer service you've known for over 65 years. They do all the work. You save all the money. ItalianoInsurance.com at 813-877-7799. Hey, guys, you already know that Riveters is the best sports bar in all of Tampa Bay, but now it gets even better for Rays baseball season. During all Rays games, check this out, $6 Tito's, $6 Jack, $6 margaritas, all during Rays games. Are you kidding me? And that's always a great pour from the great bartenders at Riveters. Great service, great food, everything is fresh, nothing is frozen. And let me tell you, if you want baseball and wings, you will not find any better than Riveters. Their sauces, like the blue cheese and the ranch, and everything is handmade, and the wings are big and they're perfect. Wings, baseball, Rays, Riveters. It all comes together during baseball season. Once again, in addition to all the great food and service you get, $6 Tito's, $6 Jacks, $6 margaritas. It's time to celebrate. Baseball season is back, and celebrate at Riveters. You know where it is, right there on Dale Mabry, just north of 275, just south of the stadium. See you there at Riveters. Hey, the Golden Diamond Source wants to be your family jeweler, so don't wait any longer to find that one-of-a-kind perfect engagement ring for that special someone in your life. At the Golden Diamond Source, they can design anything you want personally. The Golden Diamond Source can help you trade in your old broken jewelry and use it towards a new purchase as well. And with gold prices at record high, now is the best time to do it. They only sell natural diamonds at the Golden Diamond Source, so if it's a real love, it should be a real natural diamond. Don't start your relationship with a fake diamond. Bad idea. And with the Golden Diamond Source first-time buyer program, you can learn all about the 4 C's in all the different shapes and styles. And they are able to show you a huge selection of inventory to choose from. And don't forget, 0% financing for up to 5 years. If you finance $5,000, it's only $83 a month. Make sure it's a Golden Diamond Source diamond, 3800 Almerton Road, always online at goldendiamond.com.
It's a love you give only at Golden Diamond Source.
Hey, JP here for Genesis of Tampa and the Murphy Auto Group. I think the best way to experience a business is to use that business. And I just did at Genesis of Tampa. Just bought a GV70, a 2023, and it feels and drives all new. It's an absolutely fantastic car. The technology, the comfort, and the price, absolutely outstanding. Frankly, I never thought I could get into a car like this, but they made me a deal I could not refuse. And I also get the VIP service where you can just drive right up, their pit stop service. They'll top off all the fluids, make sure your air in your tires is good, new wipers if you want them. If you need extended service, they will come to you, bring you a courtesy car, and then bring your car back. What more do you want? The experience was just VIP all the way. And you can get that at Genesis of Tampa. And don't forget, you can get extended warranty, which I did. So I have worry-free miles up to 100,000. And all they do is just take it in. Actually, I don't have to take it in. They come to me. It's perfect. It's Genesis of Tampa right there, 801 East Bears Avenue, right off of 275. Go see them and tell them JP sent you.
Let's go. Right now, back to the show on FanStream Sports.
All right, welcome back to the JP Peterson Show, brought to you by the great folks at Genesis of Tampa. As I mentioned, we got a fundraiser tonight at Office Evolution on Harbor Island. Just bring some school supplies over there. I think they get started around 6 o'clock. I'll put some more information up on social media. If you'd like to come by, just drop by some school supplies, and we'll have a fun old time tonight. Genesis of Tampa doing great things in the community and selling great cars. I got that GB70. Absolutely love it. Go by and tell them JP sent you. All right. Let's get back to your comments. By the way, haven't been able to get an update on the baseball game. McClanahan did have a no-no going. So a double check on this for you. Sorry, this is not great radio, but Shane McClanahan getting her done. The Rangers now have a 2-1 lead, and Kimbrell is in the top of the fifth. So there you go. A nice win last night by the Rays. Yandy leads it off with a home run. Good to see him get back going. And then Ryan Vilade, who has been absolutely tremendous. Here we are, trying to shop for a big right-handed bat. And all this dude has done is hit 9 home runs in 59 games without only 42 starts. So 159 at-bats. He's got 9 home runs, which is 5th best on the team. He's got an 809 OPS, which is 4th best. 35 runs batted in, which is 4th best on the team. So behind the big three, he's the guy. So 150 at bats. What is that? So times 4. I mean, that's a 40 home run clip if you're playing every day. Now, Vilade again crushes left-handed pitching. If he was playing every day, he'd be facing a lot more right-handers. Who knows how much better or worse he would be? Kind of depends. But anyway, Vilade's playing some really, really good ball. And that bomb he hit last night, 2-run shot. They get out to a 3-0 lead and then don't look back and win last night. So the pitching has just been ridiculous. 3 shutouts in the last 4 games for the Rays pitching. And then McClanahan today had a no-hitter through, 4 innings? But now gave up 2 runs. So 2-1 Rangers as they play in the 5th inning there. All right, let's get back to you guys and your comments on Baker Mayfield, et cetera. Oh, by the way, and I'll get to it here in just a little bit. I got some other things about the practice today to share with you. Mike Galuru says not ideal, but the Bucs can tag him and restructure a few contracts or tag him and trade him to the Rams for 2 number 1s. If the Bucs won't pay $50 million a year, they won't pay $60 million a year. So it seems his time here may be short. Yeah, and that's the thing. He wants a 3 or 4 year deal, probably a 4-year deal, and I think he's earned that. And again, you're looking at 160 guaranteed. So even if he gets hurt and has to miss a year, let's say he has to miss a whole season, which, by the way, Baker doesn't miss games. And he can manage himself a little bit better, and try to avoid injury a little bit better, I think. Get a little smarter in some of the things that he does. But the bottom line is you want a top flight quarterback, and you can pay him. Again, the cap goes up every year, 30, 40 million. And, when I get it, $50 million for a quarterback is a lot of money. But in the grand scheme of things, it's, from a standpoint of looking at 5 or 6 years ago, that's a $30 million quarterback, which is not, he's not asking for top deal. He just wants some commitment from the franchise. And again, we can poke holes in this all we want, but the bottom line is you've got a top 10 quarterback And we haven't had that many years here in Tampa Bay. And when you have one, it solves a lot of issues, like a ton of issues. And then you can go work on other things, save money in other areas, not at quarterback and not at defensive tackle. Those are the places you got to pay somewhere. You got a $400 million freaking salary cap. So use it for the key players and your core players. And these two guys are playing at the top of the game. That's how you win in this league. Chris Cole says the Panthers just lost another player to season-ending injury. Yeah, that's happening all over the league. And this is what is really bothersome for the Bucs. Their problems are not outside forces like bad injuries. They are all self-inflicted wounds. These are self-inflicted wounds that you have with Mike and Vita and Baker. And listen, I'm not sitting here saying, oh, we're guaranteed a Super Bowl if we have all these guys, but these guys are playing at the top of still at the top of the game in the league. If you're a top 10 player, top 30 player at your position, you're a difference maker. Your teams are constantly trying to find players like that. And when you get them, pay them, keep them. You're going to shift Vita Vea off for a second-round pick? Terrible. You're just saving money. Kurt Thorson says the Bucs YouTube page has Baker's press conference title, I'm all ball. Should be titled, This Organization Disappoints Me. I mean, that's how they're looking at it. They know that he's going to go ball out. They're just trying to, hedge their bets, which from a business standpoint is kind of cutthroat, if you ask me. And I think it matters in the league and in your locker room when all the players just are going to look sideways at this organization, at Jason Light and the owners. I mean, when the owners come into the locker room like they always do at the end of the games, they're going to be dapping up Baker. Yeesh. Jason Light's got to go face those guys. Yeesh. Yeah, I don't know if Jason's going to be making the rounds on ESPN. I just don't think that's going to be a thing. What else we got here? Shane's delivery looks very violent. It takes its toll, says Mike H. as we're talking about today's game. As soon as Cash walked up to Shane, he said, I'm done, and walked off the field. Did that happen today? Sorry, I wasn't there to see it, so I don't know. Guys, fill me in. What happened? Oh, sorry, Nathan. I didn't get to ask him this question. I'll put you guys in touch. Says, Steven, did you ever make it down to St. Matthews, South Carolina, 40 South, east of Columbia? I'll hook you guys up. Chris Cole says, I'm on Medicaid and Medicare, and they don't pay for nothing except dental care. Yeah, no. A lot of extras there, too, as well. Yeah, Shane just left the game, like prematurely. Oof, that's not good. James says, JP, the Glazers probably know all the money they are going to spend on Ray J renovation, and as usual, they go cheap. This franchise is a joke. I mean, listen, there's teams all over the league that pay for stadiums and renovations and pay their players. The NFL makes more money than any league in the world, profit-wise. They're killing. I think that what was their profit, like $17 billion, or I don't know what it was. It's just ridiculous. This is a money-making business big time. But again, you're playing a dangerous game. You want your sponsors to pay you millions of dollars, and you want your suite holders to pay you millions of dollars. And then you're going to cheap out on the team, especially in these positions, your franchise quarterback and your best defensive player, both fan favorites. That's bad business, man. It's just really bad business. It's just nothing personal against the Glazers. I think this is a really, really poor business decision. I mean, this was my job, is to objectively look at situations like this. And listen, I love the Bucs, and I'm glad they credential me for media and games and have for 30 years. And I hope they can respect the fact that this is my opinion, and I'm not saying anything personal on them. Our job is to cover the team and give you objective opinions on the strategical situations and decisions that they're making. And I think this is a very, very poor decision on their part. And I think just in general, it really appears to your fans and to your sponsors and to your suite holders that you guys are going cheap. That's what it looks like. And if I was advising you, I would say, I don't do that. Chris Cole says the Glazers didn't even let Light go out, go get a center when Jensen went down in Brady's last year, and the defense was not the problem that year either. Yeah, I remember that. You're right, Chris. And remember, I came on here as soon as Ryan went down, and I said, "Yeah, you guys got to go get a center." And there were some guys out there. There was one guy that was a Pro Bowler the year before, or maybe 2 years removed. He was, he had retired, like early 30s, had retired. More because it kind of felt like, I forget the guy's name. You'd know it. But it felt more like he just didn't want to play anymore. And it's not that he had diminished talents. But if you'd have gone to him and say, "Hey, we'll pay you to be Tom Brady's center," I bet, he would have come out of retirement for that. But they didn't even try. Yeah, they didn't even try. They just went to, was it Hainsey? Yeah, they went to Hainsey. He wasn't ready. It was, and Brady even kind of said that publicly, like, "What are we doing here?" Yeah, I thought that was a big whiff there. TJC says, "I love when teams allow franchise player to enter the final year of their contracts. They call it leverage. Agents call it price discovery." Yeah. It's almost like the team is betting against the player and the player is betting on himself. Yeah. What else we got here? SLR 072 says, over the last 3 years, Baker ranks second in passing touchdowns, third in passing yards, tied for first in starts. Brady's the only other quarterback in Bucs history to rank in the top 3 over any 3-year stretch. Wow. And he is a Hall of Famer off the field in terms of your organization. I'm telling you, teams there are certain guys, and you talk to PR people, and they'll be like, "Oh my God, getting this guy to go do anything in the community is like pulling teeth." And there's Baker's out here just doing everything. Like he's leading the Santa Claus parade on Davis Island. Like crazy. And you're just totally disrespecting him. And and this is a disrespect for the fans as well. And another thing, when the Glazers decided to go with the new play-by-play guy who was there today, no disrespect to him at all. I don't even met him. I look forward to meeting him, getting him on the show. And then, kind of kick TJ to the side or not elevate him. Guy's been with you for 20 years. The fans know him. Incredible depth of knowledge of the team. And you just like, nah, we're going with some guy from Washington. I thought that was disrespectful to the fans. St. Pete Pat says we're one season from going back to the Jack Thompson era. Yeah, I don't think you're wrong. Kurt Thorson says 2 of the 4 new RJS banners are Godwin and Winfield Jr. Watch the other 2 south of RJS to be Vita and Baker. That side of RJS will be cursed. Yeah, like you go put Baker up on the stadium, Baker and Vita. You should. They might both be out of here by season's end. James says Bucs so smart they draft an injury magnet Morrison to replace an injury magnet Jamel Dean. Yeah, that's not working out. That is not working out as it should. By the way, so Bill Carlson was on the show. What was it? Was it yesterday? I can't remember. We had the mayor and Bill Carlson on this week, and I think we did a pretty good job of turning down the temperature on that whole situation. In fact, I chatted with Ken Babby last night, and he mentioned that. So that's good. And there was a lot of news yesterday that came out. A lot of different publications were quoting our interview with Bill Carlson, where Bill talked about the trading of the CRA monies with downtown, kind of getting money from downtown that's really not needed there, and that CRA, and moving it to the general fund, which they can do. With the county's blessing, I believe. And the county's like, yeah, we're all for that. And then that $20 million can be used for roads around South Tampa and Bill Carlson's district, which it's desperately needed for flooding and all those issues. So he can go to his constituents and say, hey, this is what we got out of the rate. We're getting $20 million for the roads. And they can be like, cool. Yeah, great. So we're, that now it's a little bit easier to give that money to the Buccaneer, or to the Rays, or to the Rays project, invest in the Rays project. I want to say give the money to the Rays. That's not correct. Invest in the Rays project. And, we're getting a lot of infrastructure done from the state and FDOT that we're not, that's not local money. So, but they're moving things around, and Carlson is getting his ideas that he brought to the mayor, and the mayor said, meh, not interested in that, are now getting to the Rays to get his vote. So, and I'm if you watch that interview with Carlson yesterday, I think you come away with it going, the Rays just need to do some things that they should do that are fair and get the deal done. And I talked with Babby last night, and he's like, very much, yeah, we're listening to everybody. We're addressing their concerns. We're moving the county, the city, and the Rays now are having a great dialogue, and the city council votes that you need. Those are the people that are saying, this is what I would like to see. And they're going, okay, good. If you understand, those concerns were being talked to with the city staff and the mayor's office, but they feel like they weren't being heard or they were rejected. So now they go straight to the Rays, and the Rays are like, oh yeah, we can do that. We get the deal done. So I feel like, our show has kind of brought that together, brought the communication together. I feel good about that. You Petermans should feel good about that. We're making things happen in a positive way. How about that? Kurt Thorson says Baker's play has allowed for first-time OCs to become head coaches. Hello. They didn't win 4 division championships because of Todd Bowles, 100%. And I got to believe, for Bowles, this is a nightmare. His franchise quarterback and the best player in his defense, and he can't get them paid. Yeah, that's got to be a nightmare for the coaching staff and the players. What else we got here? Sergio Biltris says, what the fuck? 2-year contract? What a slap in the face. Yep, it is. Do we have anybody out there that is pro Bucs in this deal? Because I haven't seen anything. And if you guys are, you're just because everybody may not see it your way, make your point, put it in the comments, be happy to read it. We may not agree with it, but I'd like to see what other people are saying. Josh Capo from the Pewter Report that comes on all the time. I was reading some of his stuff on Twitter, and he kind of makes the Bucs case in terms of what's the smart way to play it. And I would agree. Like when I say smart, it's like, what's in the Bucs' best interest? The Bucs' best interest would be, all right, we'll give you 2 years. We'll bet on that. So we don't have to guarantee a whole lot of money past that. And if you get hurt, then we just don't want to guarantee 80 million. You might get hurt. And then, we have a Dak Prescott situation. That's football. Most good organizations are going to pay the guy because they don't want this situation. They don't want this situation. And listen, I love Baker, and he's like, it's all ball now. I'm going to go ball out. And I think he will. But I also believe in human nature is if you're playing for somebody or working for somebody and they disrespect you and they're not paying you what you're worth, I just don't think you give 100%. Whether you think you do or not, I just think it's hard to do, just from a human nature, subconscious perspective. I do. I think it's a totally different mindset when you commit to that person and say, we love you. We're committed to you. We're going to guarantee $180 million against any injuries. We're going to take care of you. We're in your corner. It's a coming together. And Baker can say, yeah, we're doing that within the team versus the outside organization. I've never seen that work. I think it's admirable for him to say, I do. And I believe he believes that. I'm not calling him a phony in that regard at all. I'm just saying when adversity hits and and you have somebody who's got your back, you're more apt to kick ass or at least try to get up. Where, in the moment, it's like, for who, for what? The great quote. Who was that? Is that Michael Irvin? No, who was that? Yeah, but for who and for what? It's like they're not committed to you, but they want you committed to them, heart and soul, for this year. It's a tough ask, in my opinion. It's a really tough ask. Alejandro says Dak gets more money than Baker, and Baker's a way better quarterback than Dak. The Cowboys wish they had Baker instead of Dak, and any other team who needs a quarterback are foaming at the mouth for him. Look, Dak's pretty good. He had a really good year last year. When he's healthy, he's good. But I don't think he's so much better than Baker. I don't even think he's better than Baker. I would agree with that. I would say they're kind of on the same tier. They're good enough to win a Super Bowl. I think they are. You got to put a team around them. And I know Dak's postseason play has not been great. Baker's, yeah, I mean, he's won what, 2 playoff games? Yeah, 2 playoff games. Yeah, I don't get what they're doing. James says, yeah, they paid Gedeke big money, and he misses 5 to 6 games per year. They paid Gedeke. They paid Winfield. I mean, those are good players, but they're not your best players. They're not in Baker's and Vita's category. You paid freaking Zion McCollum. And to Baker's point, Tristan Wirfs, the best freaking tackle in football, had to do a hold-in to get paid. What are we doing? Come on now. Nathan says to Josh B., Bucs pass defense the last 3 seasons from 23 to 25, those seasons, we finished 31st, 29th, and 27th. No quarterback overcomes teams that can score passing at will against your defense. That is true. Yeah, if you're blaming Baker Mayfield, and I've seen this, blaming Baker Mayfield for that losing 7 of 9, you didn't watch the games. You did not watch the games. And I'm not saying he's perfect, but he ain't the reason the Bucs were losing games. He was your only hope to win a game. Bucs Basement says the Bucs are still harassing me about renewing tickets and sending me emails every week. It's clear there's no wait list anymore for season tickets. Yep. What else we got here? We'll get some other names in here. Nathan Stout says Bucs had the lead against New England, Carolina, Buffalo, New Orleans, Atlanta, and the defense couldn't get stops. You want Baker playing middle linebacker as well? That's a good point. Josh B says, I would like to see Baker here, but let's relax. He goes 9-8 every year and should have been able to win at least one of those games last year. Can't always blame the defense. Yeah, Josh, I hear you, but I watch the games, and I'm not saying Baker's been perfect, but when he wasn't good, it was because he was injured, and he should have been playing. I said that during the season. I said it during the season. I said, look at his accuracy is gone because of the oblique injury and the arm injury. He shouldn't be playing. You should have a capable backup that can fill in and win games, and you didn't. You had Kyle Trask for 4 years. You wouldn't play him because you had no confidence in him. Then you went to Teddy. You had no confidence in him. That's an organizational failure. You're forcing him to play in games that he shouldn't play in and then blaming him for losing them. Come on. Let's just we're smarter than that. That's you guys. That's base level stuff. Oh, they lost 7 of 9. It's all Baker's fault. He's the quarterback. Come on now. We're better than that. All right. Let's call it a day, guys. Thanks for all of your information. We will update Rays tomorrow. I want to check the score real quick if I could. And I guess we're worried about Shane McClanahan. That's not good. Now 2-2. Rangers, Rays, bottom of the 6th. All right, so we'll go watch that. Thank you guys for jumping in. What a day. What an incredible day. If you missed anything, don't forget to go back. You can check it on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook. You can always listen on a podcast too as well, Apple and Spotify. Please like and subscribe there. Visit our YouTube page and become a VIP member, a VIP Peterman as we like to call it. I will be sending out August 1st. When is that? That is 2 days. all your benefits, when we're going to do it, what we're going to do. Try to get your input as well. What our next event is going to be. I'm thinking maybe the season opener on the road, little watch party here. Is that what you guys want? So become a VIP member there on YouTube and join us. We'd really like to have you. What else we need to do? I think that's about it. Oh, thanks to Steven Garcia for coming in today. That was a really fun conversation. Want to definitely have him back where we can talk some ball, because I know he follows ball like we do as well. So thank you guys for being here today. We will be back tomorrow with more fun and frivolity. We'll see you then.